Fallen Legion Rise to Glory tasks you with making on-the-fly decisions for the entirety of an empire and ties it all together with a wholly unique real-time battle system that's equal parts demanding and rewarding. Fallen Legion Rise to Glory offers two separate main campaigns that show alternate sides to the same conflict. This game, however, does not drown you in the story dialogue and carefully balances out the amount of hands-on with the combat system and hands-off with the story segments. It doesn't matter which campaign you start first, because knowledge with one will be equally rewarding to see an alternative take on the situation with another. Both of the main characters will need to be making on-the-fly decisions during the combat areas that has you making important choices for your empire that can alter the entirety of how your story plays out, along with providing you with a vast array of buffs that will improve your team for that level. Do you choose to please your people and execute a war criminal, or do you really need that defense boost for the next battle and choose to set him free instead? These decisions will decide which routes in the story you will take, what allies will be added to your team, and which enemies you create. These are all tied to a morale system that dictates how much health your team will regenerate each time one of these decisions are made. This makes a nice bonus for leaders making smart decisions for their people, but not wholly detrimental for those who don't. And now the most involved part of the game and what you'll be doing the majority of the time, the combat system. At first glance it might look like a similar combat system you've seen before, where you take turns launching your team at the enemy and then wait to take the brunt of the enemy's attacks on the next turn, but Fallen Legion does the unexpected and makes the battles 100% real time. This combat system has a huge emphasis on timed blocking, and you'll need to master this technique to be successful. Timing a perfect block will nullify the attack and grant your whole party AP, but holding down the block button halts down your AP gain altogether, and your team will not be able to attack if you turtle up too much and hold down the block button too often to mitigate damage. This real-time system asks a lot of your eyeballs while needing to very quickly keep track of 5 main components during battle. Your hero's available AP and unleashing your attacks to combo them together efficiently, your enemy's attack animations in order to time your perfect blocks, the combo bar at the bottom that shows various buffs and super attacks you can unleash if you time out your hero's attacks strategically, your 3 heroes' overall health bars, and lastly, your main character's 3 selectable spells that can be used to do things like heal, do damage, or revive teammates. All 5 of these aspects will need to be juggled in just a matter of seconds during every battle, and although it has a pretty steep dexterity curve, it is very rewarding when it's firing on all cylinders. This combat system is like taking the battle mechanics from Valkyrie Profile, mixing in Paper Mario's time defense mechanic, making it 3 times more complicated, and having it all play out in brutal real time. If you find the idea of perfect time parrying in games being super satisfying, this is exactly the combat system for you, but if you find the idea of reading incoming attack animations to timely block to be something you actively avoid or dislike, this combat system will allow you to mash your way through the first few areas, but very harsh difficulty spikes will ensure that only players that have mastered all of these systems will advance onward in the campaign. Fallen Legion Rise to Glory melds all of its aspects together quite well. Yes, the combat screen can be cluttered with overlapping enemies quite often, yes, the tutorials are inadequate, and yes, there's not a ton of customizability for your team, but for players who want to play a RPG that has an entirely unique combat system that will test your skills in a way not usually present in this genre, you might find its challenge quite satisfying. Fallen Legion Rise to Glory offers deep tactical action combat that rewards players willing to put in the effort to learn its nuances, and it delivers on what it sets out to accomplish. Oh, and just to reiterate, master that perfect block. You're gonna need it. This has been Deadite from Boomstick Gaming, and thanks for watching.